welcome. My name is Example. Welcome to the I Am Example podcast. Here we're going to inspire you. We're going to motivate you. We're going to push you. We're going to build you. Any obstacle that you ever encountered, you can overcome by believing in yourself. And here you're going to discover that strength. We're going to teach you how to hustle. We're going to teach you how to grind. We're going to teach you about all those things. Keep it locked in and stay tuned. Welcome to the I Am Example podcast, and I'm your host, Example. If you're trying to reach us, you can email us at iamexample456@gmail.com. There you can send advice, send comments, recommendations, opinions, pictures, questions, anything that you're trying to get off your chest, you can send to that email and we'll get right back to you. You also can follow us on Instagram at I_am_example456, and you can go there and get our daily posts, daily inspiration, daily motivations, daily support, whatever you need. We're going to uplift you, we're going to push you to get into that paper. We're going to inspire. We try to inspire. You also can follow us on our YouTube channel at I Am Example 456, and you can go there and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. You can donate anything that you're trying to do. When you upload the podcast is up to YouTube also. So we're going to jump right into it. The example of the week is Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson. People most know him for HIV, or having HIV, or contracting the virus of HIV. But I know him from I don't know him personally, but I know him from a different perspective. I know him for rebuilding Harlem. I was brought up in New York. I was raised in New York. I rap New York, I rap South Crack, you dig? I love them both to death. But I was raised in New York, and I was raised in New York when Harlem wasn't gentrified. I was raised in New York and in Harlem there were abandoned buildings, a lot of abandoned buildings. And they were rebuilding Harlem, but it was a real slow process. It wasn't until Magic Johnson built that movie theater over there on 125th that I really started seeing, people really started seeing that there was money to be made in Harlem. It was gradually getting there, but after that pivotal point, he had built the movie theaters in Harlem. It changed everything. Because the movie theaters was top of the line when it was first built. The cinema, the sound, everything. It was top of the line. And there wasn't no violence. People were going there and actually enjoying themselves. And he was making he still is making a lot of money. But he was one of the first people that realized how much money was in Harlem. They tried to show that in the movie. It was called, I want to say it was Strictly Business, or something like that. But they was buying property in Harlem, and they didn't understand how much money it was to be made in Harlem. But Magic Johnson did. I think that movie was Strictly Business. I have to look it up. That was my fault for being ill-prepared, but that was just a random reference, so I wasn't prepared for that. But Magic Johnson was the first one that I seen that saw value in Harlem. To see where Harlem came from and to see where Harlem is today, I give it all to Magic Johnson. I wish more people like Magic Johnson would have seen the potential in Harlem, but they did. You understand? So that goes back to the title of this podcast, which is Feel It in the Air. Let that marinate. Feel it in the air. Seeing that and experiencing that on seeing Harlem and the condition that it was in. There was abandoned buildings everywhere. It was like it was something that I felt in the air. It was something that my father felt in the air. I remember we would walk into his house, and he had said, "Yo, you can buy one of these abandoned buildings for like $1." The property value was so low that you can buy one for $1. And I asked him, "Why you won't buy one for $1?" He says it costs to maintain. I ain't say you could just buy it and just be done with it. You gotta buy it with the intention of doing something with it. And that stood out to me, because now when I go to areas that are predominantly black or predominantly a certain culture, I see the condition of it, and I'm like, they don't know what may be coming. Like, I can see a Walmart opening up, or if I see a major hospital, like I was in Augusta, and certain parts of Augusta, if you're not from the South, you wouldn't know, but certain parts of Augusta are low income, but they have a big hospital that teaches doctors how to be doctors. And I was like, and then when I found out that the hospital was buying up properties, a light bulb went off, and I said, "Oh, it's coming. Gentrification is coming." That's what bugs me out. People don't think gentrification is real, but it is very real. And I've experienced it, and I've seen it happen. You understand? I have walked by dozens of abandoned buildings, and the hustle in New York a long time ago was to buy up the abandoned buildings, put insurance on them, burn the buildings up, and get the insurance money off of it. That was the big hustle. But then people smart enough to where if they built up the house, or if they built up the buildings and raised the rent, they can eat off of that house, that apartment building, for years and decades down the line. You understand? So that's Harlem, New York. And this is Augusta, Georgia, right? So in Augusta, Georgia, all these abandoned buildings or abandoned houses are everywhere, right? And you have this big hospital that teaches doctors how to be doctors. It's actually a school, but it's a hospital and a school. So you have doctors there that are pulling out hundreds of thousands in loans. Where are they gonna live? You understand? That's how come the school and the hospital are buying up the properties, and they raise the rent, and they displace the people that were there before that. You have to learn how to see things around you and what's going on around you. You have to learn how to step back and say, what's the bigger picture here? You understand? Like another one, this is a whole different example. It was a army base, a military base, and the rents were astronomical near the base, or around the base. Nobody can afford the rents or the mortgages that surround the base. So it displaced the people that live there. When the rent is $1,200, but everywhere around the base, you're not getting paid enough. $1,200, you probably get paid $300 every 2 weeks. Yes, there are jobs that still get paid that. You understand? I told my homeboy in New York what the minimum wage that was in South Carolina. He said, "You lying." He said you a GD lie. I'm trying not to curse because kids will hear this podcast, and I'm not trying to be a negative influence. He said you a GD lie. I said, I'm dead serious, homie. I said people are coming home with $300 every 2 weeks before taxes or after taxes. You understand? You have to be able to look around, and not only look around, you have to be able to see the opportunity. You have to be able to see what you can provide the people. And the internet makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to be, it makes it easy for you to to see or to connect with people. So the internet is levels the playing ground. You don't have to get no license. You don't have to get an actual storefront. You can get a website for under $200. For under $1,000, you can have your whole business operating and serving those people. If you got cupcakes, you can have a whole website dedicated to providing cupcakes for those people around you. You understand? You have to be able to see it. So when I see an abandoned building, because I love real estate, so when I see an abandoned house, I look around and I say, yo, what's close to this? Or what's coming? And then I go to town hall meetings and I'm like, yo, what's coming? What do they have planned? Oh, they have a highway building. Oh, they have a factory coming. Oh, yeah, and let me buy a property over there. That's how you have to look around. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to see the opportunity in the midst of chaos. Because most people are, oh my God, I can't afford to stay there. Or, oh my God, I can't afford to come up with $3,500 a month. My sister is in New York right now, and her rent is almost $4,000 a month. It is crazy, but you have to see the opportunity in the midst of chaos. You understand? You're in competition. This is a contact sport. You have to be able to feel it. You have to be able to feel the energy. You have to be able to see things around you, just like Magic Johnson. You understand? He was like, yo, there's potential out here. Let me open up shop. And he did. And he has several incomes. He has several streams of income. Movie theaters. He owned a baseball team. Like, yo, he getting to the money. Regardless of his health situation, he is getting to it. You understand? So we got 3 steps for you to feel it around you. Feel it in the air. The first step is you have to go with your gut. You have to tap into your gut. Whenever somebody says, yo, I have that gut feeling, you have to go with your gut. A perfect example is whenever I went against my gut, it always turned out completely opposite. Like, I knew I should have did that. I knew I shouldn't have came out tonight. Like, if my gut is telling me, well, stay home. X, stay in the house. Or, nah, don't go there. Or don't go there when I was younger and stuff. Don't go there. Just chill. And then I hear, oh, that club got shot up last night. They were shooting out there last night. Or dude got hit with a bottle last night. I'm like, yo, whoa, I'm glad I didn't go. You have to go with your gut. But when you start, that's just on a social setting. When you start putting it in a business setting, go with your gut. You can step back and look at a situation and say, nah, this ain't right. Something's about to happen. It's coming. It may be 10 years down the line. It may be 20 years down the line. It may be 30 years down the line. But go with your gut. You understand? And go. Now, it has to be a tactical approach to it. You have to think it out. You have to have all perspectives gathered. You understand? You have to have a reason. But at the end of the day, you go with your gut. The second step that I said, I'm taking a lot of these steps from personal experience and personal application. The second step that I do is I look around. I look around and say, yo, what's major or what's coming? What's close to this? What do I have to work with? You understand? What can possibly be? Like, if I open up, people will say, well, X, why did you open up a corporation, right? And I say, because of the simple fact that I'm going to have several businesses under that corporation. Well, LLC would be better. Yeah, I know, but you don't know what can happen 30 years from now. You don't know if my grandson will be like, well, I want different streams of income. I want more. I want it all. What you think, Coca-Cola just stopped at Coca-Cola? Because last time I checked, they own Sprite, they own Fanta, if I'm not mistaken, they own Dasani. You understand? They branched off. They can't do that. You can do that, but you can't do that under an LLC, but you can do that under a corporation. You understand? You can have several businesses under a corporation. You understand? The same way you see Coca-Cola commercials. Why do you see Sprite commercials when they're both under the same corporation? You understand? Look around you. Be able to see and be able to be a forward thinker. Be able to feel it in the air, you dig? And third, the third step is I see opportunity everywhere. People will say, well, X, why did you go to South Carolina? I see why. They'll ask, why don't you leave out of South Carolina? Because I see opportunity here. Why don't you leave out of Atlanta? Because I see opportunity there. Why don't you leave and go here? I see opportunity there too. People will say, well, I had a business idea on doing something in Detroit. He's like, yo, did Detroit just go bankrupt? Yeah, there's opportunity there. Puerto Rico, yeah, there's opportunity there. In devastation and chaos, there's always opportunity. And I didn't understand that until I started to understand it by application, by applying the hustle. You dig? So, opportunity is everywhere. The first step is tap into your gut. The second step is look around you. And the third step is opportunity is everywhere. You understand? So I'm going to get out of here. If y'all trying to email or if y'all trying to contact us, you can email us at iamexample456@gmail.com. And there you can send advice. You can ask for advice. You can send questions. You can send recommendations. You can send opinions. You also can follow us on Instagram at I_am_example456 for your daily posts, daily inspirations, daily motivations, daily support. You understand? You also can follow our YouTube channel at IamExample456. You can go there, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, comment in the comment section, and also donate to the channel. You understand? So I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all enjoy the weather. Y'all enjoy the clouds and the sun and all that, and get to the money. You understand? All right, y'all be easy. Come on.